We start off week 6 of the fall season with Coach Tom Nerl to discuss all things Mariemont Warriors. Coach, how are we doing this morning?
We are doing well. Nothing better like an undefeated weekend. And since we didn't have anything on Saturday, the tennis team and the football team won on Friday. So that makes for a nice weekend. And
Nice.
yeah, nice weather too. So to go out and pull that off.
Yeah, this is we'll take it. We'll take it for weeks.
Yes.
Take it for weeks. Let's start off with cross country today, Tom.
Yes.
They had a quiet week last week, a little kind of recharge things. They head over to Landmark Christian for the Princeton Invitational on Saturday. Should be a great event.
It should be. That's going to be some different teams than what we normally see. Some big school teams, a big event, and really looking forward to see what the kids will do out there. Grace Mavrodoglu, Caroline Buck, Mary McIntosh, they've been leading the pack for the girls, and Ben Fonstock, he won the race up in Mason. He's running well. Caleb Erickson, he's another one of our leaders on the cross country team. So you're like you said, it's week 6. We're getting to that point now. We start setting our focuses on the league championship, and so hopefully they run well, and then they'll have a fun one the following week up at Centerville when they run underneath the lights. So yeah, really looking for them. They should have their legs back under them, some fresh pins this week to get going. Be fun.
Sounds good. Let's go to the gridiron. A nice home win on Friday. And how was junior high night? Well participated?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe too much.
Lots of enthusiasm, lots of junior high kids running around. It was good because we introduce all of our teams, so our athletes are there in their jersey. And then we have the chorus sings the national anthem. The band's
Nice.
out there with our band at halftime. So yeah, we had a lot of energy there with the junior high kids, and it's fun because we do that. We do youth football night, and even when we do our youth soccer nights, we form a tunnel, and then both teams come through the tunnel. You get hit to tell the visitors, "Hey, look, it's okay. They're not going to boo you. They're not going to throw things at you.
Sure.
They like to high five you when they come through." And so yeah, just a lot of energy that night. Our football team, like our soccer team, like a couple of our teams, are pretty banged up, and so 2-2 coming in that game, we survived. We get the win. And then we go on the road for a couple games. So yeah, we're still in the hunt. We're 9th in the playoff picture right now. A lot of games to play, but like you said, it's week 6, and week 6 feels good.
Yeah,
great weather.
Because you're only one slot away from hosting a playoff game right now. I know it's early.
Yeah. We got top 8 host, and looking at some teams above us. Some of them are going to lose. We're have to battle our tails off. There's some tough games coming up. You're going to go to Taylor's always tough when you go there, and
yes.
Madera, it's probably going to be their homecoming game because they're playing us. Cowboys, Reddings have an outstanding season, and in the park, so there's no give me's anymore in football.
CHL football is really strong this year.
It really is, and just once you get in the league, there's no give me's. There's no give me's anymore in this league, and everyone plays tough, and everyone gets up, and just a very good effort the other day. We're missing a quarterback, and Finn Warden stepping in, and Owen Betcher, coming in as a freshman quarterback his first game. So survivable, take care of the ball, move on. Some big plays by the defense helped us out. So yeah, it's a good place to be with that.
Yep, that's outstanding. Well, best of luck to them at Taylor this week. It's always tough going over there, but best of luck to the Warriors heading over to Taylor. Let's switch to golf. Looks like the CHL championships at the Mill start Tuesday.
They do for the boys. The boys have a really good season. One of our Drew Seichter, one of our golfers, also a soccer player, got a little banged up at Taylor last week, so he's going to be out for that tournament. And so we'll go with the guys that we have, but the rest of the supporting cast, we talked about them last week.
Right,
having a really good run. So the CHL match, like you said, at the Mill, and then next week the sectional at the Mill. So they're going to have great weather for it. The courses are in great shape. So good luck to them tomorrow. It's going to be an early start. Just great weather. It seems a couple of years ago we were still in the 90s this time of year, and just having a real good Indian summer right now. Really good for them. So good luck to them. Yeah.
Girls look like they
the girls, because the girls are behind them. I'm sorry, I'm talking over you.
Girls travel to Cincinnati Country Club today. It looks like
they do. Yeah, Seven Hills there today, and then Wednesday I think they host a quad at Terrace Park Country Club. Their sectionals next week as well. They are having a really good run of it. We've got a little experience, little youth with that team, and then they'll have the CHL next week. I believe out Miami Whitewater.
This
So
says Newman. Does that sound right? It says
no,
Newman.
It's been switched up because
Okay,
they changed the date and Newman got switched up. So it's Miami Whitewater, I believe, on the 28th.
that's a tough course.
And, it is a tough course, but it's, we're going to play with the SWAC, Southwest Ohio Conference, and they've got two teams and they need a tournament to play in, and we
Oh, that's
have
fun.
yeah, it will be. So we'll still have league recognition, but just to mix it up a little bit. So I'm really looking for Charlotte and Lily and the rest to really have a good tournament and
Yeah,
move
that's
on.
great that you guys joined that, and that'll be a nice challenge going out to the mill. I don't know where the tee boxes will be, but that can be a long course for high school kids. So
Yeah, it can be. The county courses are so underrated.
mhm.
I mean, they're always really nice. It's fun to play there.
Let's switch to the pitch, Coach. Let's
Yep.
talk boys soccer first. Looks like a big week. No, I'm sorry. Hosting Madeira on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Which will be I'm sure a big match for you guys. And then we go Saturday, travel to Lima, Shawnee, and that sounds like the week for the boys.
Yeah, we returned the favor. They came down last year, so we'll go up there. And the boys are really 5-2-1. It's kind of a quiet 5-2-1, but they're having a good run of it this year. And they're banged up like football. They're just really banged up right now. But Madeira is always going to be a spirited match. They're coming down. They're having a good season. And it's going to be the same thing with the girls on Wednesday. So a really good rivalry game. The kids are starting to find their scoring a little bit. That'll be fun to see. And then to see what they get with Lima. Lima hung one on them pretty good last year. And so they're going to have to battle back and see if they can pull one out up at Lima.
Okay, let's talk girls. Girls have a tough one. Let's see, what host Batavia today, and then travel to an always tough Madeira.
Yep.
And then travel to Roger Bacon, old Bron Basovich Memorial Stadium on Saturday.
Yeah, it's a busy week. You don't like Monday games. You don't like 3-game weeks, but
right.
With girls playing on Wednesday, so we have to squeeze that Batavia game in since we were off for the Rosh Hashanah holiday on Saturday. So yeah, 3 games this week. Batavia always plays us tough as well. But good thing that one's home, and then back on turf at Madeira on Wednesday. And Roger Bacon, that's a new mix for us. And so we'll go over on their turf on Saturday. And
that'll be a nice test.
It will be. It will be facing them from the Miami Valley Conference now. And with our young team, it's good experience for them. They're playing really well for the amount of youth they have on that roster.
All right. Let's switch to the hard courts with girls tennis. They have a busy week ahead.
Oh, they really do, and they're 16-2 now. They just beat Wilmington Friday in the team tennis tournament. That's the tournament that's sponsored by the Coaches Association, not to be with the state championships that the OHSA does. But yeah, they're really busy this week, and it'll be their last busy week before they jump in with the tournaments. But just working. I think the Coaches Classic is this weekend.
Right.
Milford on Thursday. Like I said, I'm working backwards. Kings for Senior Day on Wednesday, and I think Taylor's a makeup game on Tuesday, and they're somewhere today.
Loveland home, 3 straight homes, Tom. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that makes it nice when you're new courts and a beautiful weather.
Yeah, it's really, really good, and the JVs are playing well as well. So there's 28 kids in that program. The coaches all across the program have done a tremendous job. Tracy Glassmeyer gets them in junior high and works well with them, and Cindy Chaffont with the JVs. It's a pipeline, and then Doug Spreen, of course, is what he does. Keeps them positive, keeps them in, keeps them playing well. So hats off to them. They're doing a great job.
Tom, if you don't mind me talking about this a little bit, now that you mentioned junior high, do you find that when you have a junior high program of really solid student athletes that are well coached, that continues on into the high school ranks. Is that a pretty good correlation?
Yeah, it really is, and coming from a Catholic school background, from my days at Purcell Marion, or even if you look at the GCL or schools like that, their feeder program are CYO teams and the CYO leagues and their leagues that they play in are pretty strong. So those are good. Those are good feeder. And so a lot of times, coming over here on the public side, it was just like, okay, well, that's junior high, but it's junior high, and we took up the approach a number of years ago when I first came in as athletic director that we have to we have to recruit our kids because we want them to stay here. We know everyone
Sure.
else is telling them how great they are, so we're going to tell them how great they are. But instead of having 5 programs, 2 junior high teams, 3 high school teams, we need one program, one approach, and we want them to run our way. We want them to build up, and we want to catch a fever, so they come up to One Warrior Way
Sure.
and want to be a part of things. It's a small community. It's 10 miles long, it's 2 miles wide, and you can have a great career here, and everyone knows who you are. And so we get excited about it, and we bring good coaching in. One thing I learned early on here is that if we lose an athlete in the junior high program, we lose them. They don't come back. They don't have a bad experience and come back. So next to our varsity head coaches, I would say our junior high coaches are probably second most important because we want to keep them in. We want that good experience. We want them to grow and come up here and be a big part of what we do in the future. And we've been successful with it, and we have good numbers, and they follow up here. So we're glad that we have good people down there. We're glad that we have great community support.
Mhm.
And like the other night, we're just glad. I mean, there was a ton of kids up here. He probably had close to 100 kids in the chorus singing the national anthem. We had all of our athletes here.
So awesome.
It's a great night. It's a great community. So just really glad to be part of that.
That's great. Well, thank you for that. Veering off a little bit, I just thought it
Yeah.
was important to highlight because doesn't happen all the time, and I just thought they should get some recognition because it's paying dividends at the varsity level for sure.
It does. There's a lot of people that work. There's a lot of people that have all season programs, and not just for the school teams. Our lacrosse, they have a youth program, and they take over the middle school team as well, and they do good work there as well. So it's not just what we do in the schools, but it's the whole community coming together. And like you said, people pitching in, and so why we're at this point and no games on the weekend. Just want to give a shout out to all of our game staff people.
Sure.
We have a lot of volunteers. We have a lot of people that work. Debbie Keefe is a retired math teacher. She's a supervisor at our games. Jeff Radloff is a current physics teacher. He's a supervisor. Dave Wainscott, current math teacher. He supervises our junior high soccer games. Our head baseball coach, Joe Rayruth, he supervises junior high volleyball and junior high basketball. And then along the way, we have Paige Strickland and Betsy Ecker and Kim Arp and Kathy Alfieri and Mrs. Nerl, Julie Nerl,
Yeah.
takes tickets for us, and that keeps the flow coming in and makes people feel welcomed when they come in. But beyond them, just the parents that serve as announcers or statisticians or work the clock, work the camera. It all comes together. And we need those people, and a lot of them do it as volunteer, as service to our community. And we really appreciate everything that they do to help us make a great experience for their kids. So just a shout out to them and a big thank you to them.
That's great because you couldn't do it without them.
You can't, well, you could, but you have to pay a lot of people and then you can't do the other things
Yeah.
that you do, but they really do such a great job. And, we talk to AD classes that we teach across the state and the country. And that's one of the things, putting your best foot forward, and just, that's indicative of the type of program you have at your school. So you have good people being positive. And again, this is all levels. This is junior
Yes.
highs, high school, JV, freshman, whatever. Just really making us look good. And so I appreciate all their efforts that they do to help us along the way.
Sounds good. Well, let's wrap up this week's show with going inside for girls volleyball. Looks
Yep.
like they have a busy week as well, hosting Claremont Northeast today. Also, let's see, just hosting Reading on
They're
Tuesday.
actually out Northeast today. They're going to go to Reading on on Tuesday. They're going to go to Indian, or they're home with Reading on Tuesday.
Yep, and then Indian Hill Thursday, and then the Cincinnati Trailblazers on Saturday. Busy week.
Yeah, busy week for them. They're a little bit on a skid. We need to correct that. It started with Cincinnati Christian, the loss, and then a couple of losses last week. So really trying to right the ship this week. This would be a great week to do it, get even. We're 4-7 right now. The tournament draw is about 2 weeks away. So really, they just really need to hit their stride. There's good players, there's confident players. We just got to put it all together for a match. So good luck to them. Prayers out to our head coach's family. Brooke Logan, her grandmother passed, and so I know they have services today. So just keeping them in our thoughts and prayers today as well. So yeah,
thoughts and prayers there, and best of luck to the volleyball team this week. Get things back on track. Tom, thanks for the time today. Great stuff. Hope everyone has a great week, and we'll touch base next week for week 7. I can't believe it, but have a great week,
Thanks
Tom.
for all your work, and appreciate it. And everyone, we'll see you at MariemontSports.com.
Sounds good. Thanks, Tom.